His net worth is $8.4 billion. My man's out here is pulling back into his driveway with a Rolls Royce. We're gonna go and try and snag this interview real quick, see what the hell this guy did on how he was able to own a Rolls Royce out in Houston, Texas. Hey, excuse me, bro. Question for you. Is this your Rolls Royce? Yeah. My friends and I, we started a channel in Austin, Texas. We grew it to 1.5 million followers. Is that cool? We ask you a few questions?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So I guess my first question for you is, man, like you're having a conversation with a young kid, 20 years old. He's fresh out of college. He wants to get serious about becoming financially free. What is the 60-second blueprint that it took for you to be able to own a Rolls Royce?
Oh man, it took about 10 years for me to really figure out business and how to become successful in business. So 60 seconds might be tough, but I would say if I had to sum it up, is you have to always want to learn. It's not just gonna come easy. If you think it's gonna come easy, you're not gonna get it. But if you want it and you're willing to learn and you're willing to work, then you'll find out whatever it takes to get it. But if you want, we can talk more about business in general and elaborate a little bit more, because I think it's gonna be hard to explain it in 60 seconds.
Would that be cool? Could we come in for a little bit?
Yeah, if you guys want. I got a few minutes.
All right, let's get it. Let's go, guys.
Yeah, so if you guys want to come on in, was a mic for me?
Yeah.
You guys came prepared. Welcome to my house. You can tell cars are my thing. I do love cars.
Yeah, could you kind of explain like what cars you own right now, or like what?
Yeah, I'm building a house for a bigger garage because I can't hold them all here. So a lot of them are at my warehouse. But you saw the Rolls Royce. We've got a Lamborghini Urus SUV with a wide body kit. I love classic cars. So you see a 1972 Chevelle with a 454 big block in it. Over here you see a red Ferrari 458, naturally aspirated. One of my favorite cars. But this is definitely my childhood dream car. So this is the Lamborghini Diablo. I had the poster of this car on my bedroom wall when I was a kid. So to drive it and to own it, to me is like a dream come true. But come on in, we'll talk a little bit more.
So like what industry did you ultimately pursue a career in?
Yes, I became a doctor and then I specialized in emergency medicine. So I handle all traumatic and medical emergencies that would come into an ER.
And now, how long have you been an entrepreneur for?
So I started relatively early. My first year after graduating is when I started turning the wheels on my first medical facility. So sometimes you don't want to wait too long. I think a lot of people will say, oh no, let me wait for this, let me wait for that. Sometimes you have to, but sometimes you're just stalling, you're just delaying. And you might start saving up money, then you're like, well, let me buy this first, let me buy that first, and now you don't have the capital. But if you can focus and just save as much as you can. Like my first year out, I worked probably 3 times as much as a normal doctor would. It was nonstop because I knew I had to save to have enough money to take to a bank and get a loan to build my first facility.
Throughout your lifetime, what was the best financial advice you ever received?
You don't go for money, but think of money as a tool to do something great. I think when you approach it that way, you're always happy, even when you don't have the money, even when you're trying to build yourself up and become successful in business. But if you focus on money and cars, you're never going to be happy. And if you're not happy, you're probably not going to have the drive and the passion you need to get there. So never focus on the money and think of money as a tool to do great things.